Yay!
Finally. Whoa.
And we
Yo.
are live.
Oh my.
Nothing couldn't hold us. I swear there's a song with Nothing Can Keep Me Away. I'm getting something. I don't know what it is.
Oh, Matt Lamar, right? Is that what it is?
Something.
Or is his name?
Right.
The ceiling can't hold us or
No,
something like
well,
that?
neither could the frequencies. We out
Never
here.
get a frequency. Yeah.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. Good morning
Good
to everybody.
day.
Guten Tag.
Hello. Guten Tag.
Um,
Buongiorno. Bienvenue.
Bienvenido.
Yeah, like, hey people,
Bienvenue. Hey.
how are you all, beautiful
So,
souls? Happy to see you all. Happy to see you in the chats. Whether you're just listening in, hello and welcome. We are here again for another welcome to joy. Awaken to joy.
Awaken to Joy.
You are
Yeah.
welcome to that too. Awaken to Joy, Sunday Live. Let's say hi to the Soul Family. Who we got? Juliana,
Yeah.
Creo,
Can you guys hear
Tom,
us properly?
Deanna, Danny, Kennedy, Heya.
Hey, Danny, Kennedy, everybody.
If you just let us know that, yay, great. we did. We did.
Good. Seems
We
okay.
did win it.
Yeah, we.
Also, Tom, I saw your music. I don't know how I'm gonna share it on, if I can share it on the Discord, but I will try to. Unless you're already on Discord, then that, right? Hi, Heiko as well. Coherence handler.
Everyone.
Don Juan Limitless. Love the name.
Don't run.
Yeah.
Hi.
Miferet. Hi.
Yeah, I love it.
Let's get into today's live. There's a lot to cover, so let's just get into it.
Hey, coherence.
Hiya.
Hiya. Yeah.
Hey, fam.
So yeah. Let's get into it, shall we? Question: was anyone else super nauseous, dizzy, and hot on the day of the eclipse, especially when it was happening? Not for me, but I don't know. Where are you?
Yeah, I was feeling
When did it happen?
the day I was feeling a little bit
A
like,
little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on a minute. Hang on, just a little.
thank you.
Trying to get it. There you go.
Yeah, thank you, babe.
Um.
The day I was feeling a little bit discombobulated was the day of the eclipse.
The day of the eclipse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't even like
I didn't watch the eclipse. I
pay
found
much
out
attention, so I don't
I
know.
didn't, but
I
then
don't
it
even
was
know.
when 1 + 1 equaled eclipse. I said, "Oh, that's why I was all over the place." Well,
Yeah, it could be, finally, but you know what? I don't know why this time I just didn't really pay much attention to it for some reason.
however,
You know.
it could have been equally the fact that I said yes to a meal that wouldn't have made me completely happy, ate it, and then had instant regrets. So there's that too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Come
that
see,
could
come
be
sa.
yeah, come see, come ça. That could be the case
All right.
for
Today we
sure.
got etymologies. Omondi is cooking with the words today.
Yeah, gotta be cooking a little. Well, let's see
And
what we
I
can do.
have readings. I also have a collective message, and we will be chopping it up generally. Wow, the words ain't wording today, but we're gonna get there. And
Yeah.
yeah,
By the way, the etymology book is available now. I mean, the volume one, the first the digital downloads is basically available. So
yeah. If you remember you're part of the 444, then you can just go and grab yourself a copy. And if not, right now, for a limited time, we have it on discount for everybody to just go and grab. So if that's interesting to you, check it out. You know the website. All the links are down in the description box. So let's move on with your etymology for the day.
for the day, yeah,
Let me hear what
let's
you're
do
cooking with.
this. All right. So today we are covering need and weight, the language of survival and stagnation. So, two of the most ordinary words we use are need and wait, as you guys know, um, guys and girls. Yeah, we be using these words so much. But yet, together, they can quietly reinforce a survival based relationship with life. So, need can place our attention on what is absent. I need more money. I need security. I need this to happen. Wait can then place fulfillment somewhere in the future. I am waiting for the right moment. I am waiting for the things to change. I am waiting for my life to begin. So one says, I don't have, and the other says, not yet. So, of course, genuine needs exist, and waiting can sometimes be wise. The invitation is not to remove these words from our vocabulary, but to notice when they become unconscious states of being. Because when need becomes our dominant focus, we can remain oriented towards scarcity and survival. So, and when we
Yeah.
and when waiting becomes our dominant response, possibility can remain perpetually postponed. I don't know if you've been through that in your life, but basically you end up to see you're always waiting. So you wait to wait. That's what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps the question becomes, what do I genuinely need, and what have I simply been conditioned to believe I cannot move without? So what I'm what am I waiting for that I could begin choosing, creating, or embodying now?
Yeah.
So it's important. Basically, what I was trying to find out, it's obviously how it is weaved into our lives, and the truth is, it wasn't a hard search. It's constantly there. But I also noticed that for the sake of manifesting, you end up to produce more of these words, or at least the meaning of these words. So it's not like, you're saying that words, and sometimes you're passionately waiting and then something happen. If you really notice the patterns, and
Mm.
if you take every areas of your life where you've been waiting, then there's more waiting to it. So basically, I'm not trying to say that I don't know, if you wanted to move, I'm not saying, well, don't wait. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that don't entertain the idea of waiting. Just trust that it would happen. There's a difference between, because forcing it, it's kind of like almost a polar opposite, which means you hate the idea of waiting, therefore you're trying to do the opposite of that. As
You
supposed
rush
to
the
be,
rush. Yeah.
yeah, as supposed to be balanced in neutral, in a neutral space, whereas you're not trying to decide the outcome, you're not trying to decide the when and the how. You just know that it's going to happen anyway.
I think that
So
that's why they say patience is a virtue. But then equally, patience has been twisted into thinking that that is waiting,
yeah,
not knowing in stillness.
yes,
So we end up saying, yeah, but I'm patient, I'm patient. Yeah, because it's been used so many times as to mean like as like a synonym for waiting, when really neither, it's not. And if you think about the word waiting as well, what it means, it's like even when you hear it, wait, right? It's always going to be something heavy, something you have to bear or hold.
yeah.
Even in like weight, weighing yourself, the weight of something. I know it's not spelt the same, I know it doesn't have the same meaning, but
But it's closely. It's close. I mean,
energetically
it's
it
close.
doesn't feel
Mm.
different in your system, in your
Mm.
like biofield. It feels like the same heaviness,
Yeah.
especially when there's something of urgency or pertinence or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
going on that you're told or you find out you have to wait for.
Well, patience, unfortunately, is misunderstood as well. Patience, it's a state of um, acceptance. So you then accept uh, what your current moment is. So basically, because I had another part that I read, basically, sometimes movement begins with recognizing that the present moment contains more possibility than our language has allowed us to see. So when you wait, when you in a place in your life where you feel you are waiting, is the time where the universe is asking you, or source is asking you to accept. You know, no one said to settle, but to be like, okay, this is what it is around me. This is what's going on. This is what I'm saying. And then you notice that when you are able to do that, you're not in a survival mode. Because what when you're in survival mode, what happens is we have the tendency to um, narrow our focus too much, and we stop seeing the other possibilities because we're thinking like things have to happen or there's a way they're going to unfold. So with acceptance, you accept the moment for what it is. You're not trying to over embellish it
Yeah.
or saying it's shitty or whatever, over term we use sometimes. You just are being in your moment, in your present moment.
Yeah.
It's just state of being, it's embodying the state of being. So need, the etymology of it is from Old English, I guess pronounced nailed. um Necessity, compulsion, hardship, distress. So originally it was, associated with the necessity, something required, constraint, difficulty, or distress. So the deeper history of need is strongly connected to circumstances in which there is little or no alternative, making its relationship with survival particularly interesting because it's from scarcity. That's the distortion. It's based off of scarcity, dependency, perpetual lack, confusing desire with necessity, believing something external must arrive before we can feel complete. So basically, it tells you never to accept your present moment, never to embrace or surrender. And because of that, it's the best place, the best state you can be in when you want to manifest, it's surrendering.
Yeah.
And because you find yourself in the opposite of that, then that's what things aren't happening.
Or they feel like they're not.
Or they feel like they know.
Or
So
they
the
feel like they're
illusion, yeah,
being, there's some sort of resistance there,
yeah,
or they're not being shown to you in the way you want.
yeah,
The thing is it's funny here because Tom brought up the fact that the word wait for waiters in the restaurant,
yeah,
um, waiting on others, waiting. He's like, yuck. Like, it's like, it just even feels like waiters
yeah.
just waiting around when they're actually not. They're service, like they're off service.
They're of service, yeah.
And I think that people would, I've had many years as a waitress. I think people would have way more respect for people if they started using the correct language as far as their job was concerned. And waiters seems like more of a slang than the actual appropriate term for what they are
Yeah,
or for what that job does.
yeah. It's
Because they said
distortion.
it's waiting tables. So either way, like they're waiting on the table, which, let's be real, that's not what's being happening, or waiting as in putting weight on it, which that doesn't happen either. They're doing the opposite. They're
Yeah,
alleviating the bullshit of the conveyor belt that is
yeah,
the eating thing. They are much of a alleviating the weight of the whole entire service
yeah.
situation.
I think as well, it's because weight is or even need is so much associated by trying to predict the outcome
But then
as
think of
opposed
why
to
people get frustrated then. Oh,
mm,
I need the waiter to come. Like,
yeah,
that's why
you
people
need
find
listen, those
themselves
two
being
words in the same sentence.
short set. I know that's why when you were
Yeah,
saying need, I was like, yeah, but this is why people get pissed off or think that they are getting frustrated or whatever when they go to a restaurant and they're like, I need the waiter to come here. I need no. I need, and
yeah,
it's like it takes away from the experience.
yeah.
The
But
word need.
this is why I think people stop not people, but many people have realized that, you know what, when you're trying to have too much of a plan, it's not actually a great idea because you've got a preconceived idea on how things have to unfold. You can play with the idea of having a plan and just be flexible and open to what, the universe will show you what else is
Yeah.
gonna unfold, right? But when you have a plan, it needs to happen in a certain way, in a certain, within the constraint of a certain, time frame. And then all of this is just so limiting.
What would you say is the shift for need then?
Well, I'm just gonna say really what I came up with when it comes to extra frequency, so to speak,
Go on then.
recognition of genuine necessity. So that's the thing as well. I think pattern recognitions in your life and seeing what you addicted to can help, because then you could easily think that something is a necessity when it is not. You're just addicted to whether the outcome of it or how it's supposed to happen, or because it's how it sits right with you most of the time. Be like, no, it must happen that way. I feel okay with that. And this is what often you go to a psychic and you trying to kind of almost decide what the outcome is, because you're like, I don't like what you're telling me, um, and whatnot. And 3 years can feel like an eternity to someone,
Who's told to
and
wait?
someone that's maybe in prison and has 3 years left, it can feel like a walk in the park for them because they were supposed to stay 15 years. So all of this is very relative, and it's down to your perception.
Mm,
So acceptance has to happen at all time for your situation, because then you can begin to manifest from that starting point.
I feel
um
you. I
if
was, I
not,
was, no, it had me kind of thinking
keeps you in the
about
loop.
it like all the things we need or all the things we think we need. It's
There's a
what
different
breaks my heart is when I hear the children using the word need, and I often correct them.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference between, I think this is what it is. To my observation, when you say you need something, most of the time, when I hear what people say they need, I realize it's so minute, it's so small to what they could actually get
Mm,
had they knew what's in the vortex, right? But because the momentum or the time you have to wait until this tech forms in your reality, it's so daunting. So people end up to be like, "Oh fuck that!" Like,
yeah,
I'm gonna need this right now. But then you don't realize it, but until you have these one-off experiences where you get so much more than what you could ever imagine you would be able to get, and then
yeah.
and you ask yourself, "What did I do different?" So an actual fact, when you say you need and you get impatient and all that, you are getting less than what you was available to you.
What's available to you, right? And it's funny. So we've got Tom saying that it's like folks in survival mode live like prey does in the animal kingdom. Um, and that's the thing about survival mode. If you say you adhere to survival mode thinking, then you adhere to being prey, or
Yeah, pray or be prayed, isn't it?
yeah, or be apex predator.
Apex predator. Yeah, you
You
get
have
into
you have
to
to
that experience.
you do have to get into the experience.
Yeah,
And which is why some people can't wrap their head around, yeah, but what, like, why do people in power, or why do the people who have the power or have some sort of power, why do they use it against people? Because they too are in survival mode. They're just on the other frequency, the other side of the coin, the same coin.
yeah, uh,
So Tom goes on to say, it's very noticeable to me. They generate fear in everything. To me, it's like charm, it signals easy prey. Exactly. It's like
yeah,
either way, it's the same frequency that they're sharing, but it's like they're balancing each other out.
absolutely.
Deanna said, I was a waitress for over 15 years, and the way some people would treat me like is actually insane. I know. The things that I've had people call me because they were hungry,
Mm,
nuts. I feel you. insane, snapping at me, clapping, trying to grab my all sorts of
Yeah,
all sorts of
you get all of that because
coonery.
when you say being a waitress, it already like put this subservient idea behind even the role.
What the
So
service actually is.
so it's all part of the same idea: slavery, entrapment, all of that. And people, even the one they may not do on the surface something that's disrespectful, they're so locked in uh, to the idea that basically they all have a superiority that day because they're ordering food. So God,
Which used to give me
I'm gonna
jokes.
say, God forbid that you've didn't serve, you made a mistake, and some people are so what people will see as unforgiving.
They are. It's literally what it is.
But it's just not this. That is the whole point. We have to reframe every way we embody these terms. It is not about not using it, but it's about understanding how it affects you unconsciously. It's it's less what you're conscious about, it's more what you're not conscious about. And a lot of people will swear down, no, I'm this and that and whatnot. And then until, because
Yeah.
it's a because it's not because I'm not here to blame anyone personally. It's a
It's how
program.
it was
It's a
set up.
running program.
Mm.
You are like a computer. So when this keeps running and you're unaware of, it's like something running in the background. I mean, if for whoever knows Heiko, I think about it because you're an IT guy. Um, Everything that's running in the background that you don't see, people are unaware of. There's so much things on people's computer and it keeps running, but they
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Bonjour, right to right.
Bonjour.
They expect the waitress to literally do everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I liken it to a time where that was kind of my gauge as to whether or not I would want to date someone or be with somebody, how they treated service staff of any sort, whether it be the person who serves them at the bar, whether it be, because I've been bartender as well, whether it be the person who serves them in a shop, waitresses, hospitality in any form, even down to how people would treat people in like any sort of service that they would receive, the where they felt, I'm here and I'm giving this and I expect this. Like how people would move with any service staff would tell me whether or not we can proceed.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
it
I
for
mean,
me. It was like, all right, let me see how you do with service staff.
yeah, you can see if someone's tripping. That's for sure. Um, yeah.
That was my
So
gauge.
really and truly, and then one other point here for the distortion of it that is the most important is confusing desire with necessity. Now, don't get me wrong, we all want stuff. Okay, I'm not trying to say to you, live like whatever, substandard, version of yourself. But what I'm saying is that when you're in a place where you have choices to make, and I'm gonna keep it very real here, there's certain stuff that has to be paid or not, but there's certain things you need, like food on your table, or you're still basically in the need of them. It's a fine line between something you desire and the complaint you may convey by saying, yeah, you know what, I should be getting this and that, and I should be indulging myself in this because this is how I should love myself and have that self-love for myself. And you can convince yourself of so many things, but that don't take away the fact that you have to make choices sometimes. And if you're still in that situation, the the optimum way to operate is one, embracing your situation for what it is, take responsibility, respond to that situation, respond to that situation adequately, because at the end of the day, that's all momentum. And that's why it's like I always compare it to a running train. If you have a train that loses its brakes, right? Can't have the ability to stop. That's the old momentum you've built up
Mhm.
for the past 30 years. It's gonna take sometimes it happen. Not everyone are in the ability or have the execution plan to be able to slow down that momentum immediately. So you're gonna have to have certain understanding that there is like an overriding certain momentum. You have to build up new momentum with new momentum. So sometimes it's not about stopping that train, it's redirecting that train. And but for that you will have to accept that the train doesn't need to be destroyed. You'll
Yeah.
have to you will have to accept that the train may not have to be stopped,
No.
but find a new direction. And the reason why I'm saying that because there's a confusion between um being able that stop you basically to be able to embody your situation because you are in the need. And being in the need you can understand in different ways. You could easily understand it as, okay, this is what's happening and I will prefer something else, but right now this is what I have. How can I just make myself feel better with the things I have or the situation I'm in at the moment? And then from that, you can start building a new momentum that is not from a place of survival or fear or
Or feeling shit. You want to
feeling
start
shit.
from
Yeah,
feeling good because
yeah,
it's so much more of a mountain to climb, digging yourself up the hole of despair or hurt or any sort of suffrage.
yeah, absolutely.
And when you force, sometimes you put yourself through unnecessary struggle and suffrage.
Yeah, and often it's by confusing desire with necessity, and desire is not a high frequency either, anyway. So you do have to see why you think you want certain things as well. It's not about not acquiring it. There's a difference between acquiring something and wanting it. That's why some people have many things they don't necessarily want. They have it because it's available to them. That's
Mm,
how limitless it is.
yeah.
It's nuance. And I'm seeing Jay saying survival mode was baked into my reality growing up in the hood, but my
Mm,
mentality and mindset were never of the hood. You just can't keep a servant soul down.
down. And
Yeah.
this is another thing that's come up today as well. A lot of us are asked to shed our old habits or beliefs or these things that were put upon us, whether it be socially or culturally or by like the family we grow up with, environments we grow up with, that are stuck in that level of scarcity. And it looks different depending on where you come from. And it doesn't mean that um just because you grew up, like, say, people would say, yeah, the hood, they've got one type of survival mode, but so has middle class.
Oh, it's
and then
yeah,
and
for
then the
sure.
upper class has another one as well.
Mhm. Yeah.
Even if you don't adhere to the class system, there's a bunch of people who do, and they adhere to their own forms of survival mode.
Mm.
um and how affected are we when it comes to moving out of the survival mode that we grew up in or adhered to in some ways, or just rejected? And what did that look like? And how does that play a part in how we slow down momentum for the things that we don't want, or the speed that's
Yeah.
been gathered over the years because of that?
The thing is, it's like having a broken engine, and you have to understand few things that are fundamental. You need oil engine, right? For your engine to work, you're gonna need that oil. And it's like I tell you, you need the oil, and you keep on taking it out. That's what you do when you literally complain and fight your way through it, and say that you literally trying to run that engine without the oil. Yeah, you might have the and I mean oil, the actual oil to lubricate the engine. I'm not talking about gasoline, right? Now you might have the gasoline and you might be able to fire up and that, but it's going to be very short lived. So it's that it's to embody how this whole thing work, because if not, you're doing disservice to yourself. You create friction and it's never moving forward, and you're still in that
Yeah.
survival and find yourself saying need anyway.
So Kennedy also said it sounds siphoning, feels that way anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, there is some of that
And
as
that's
well.
what it does, because you feel drained after that.
Yeah.
And to try and slow down something while equally it moving so fast is going to be tiring.
And you got to
It's
ask
gonna be
yourself,
it's gonna be an effort.
and it's going to be an effort, and you do have to ask yourself, why am I trying to slow it down? And most of the time it's because we are judging ourselves, our situation. We don't like it, we say we don't know, it's not good enough, it's whatnot and stuff, based on to whatever arbitrary standards anyways. Because even when you realize, oh, I don't like my life because I want this instead, even you instead is so below what you could have.
What the universe sees for you.
That is
Yeah.
humbling when you really see it for what it is. So you're fighting to not get much more anyway. What's the point? So
But you can't see that at the time, hence why you go for the inner understanding that, okay, if I'm here, it's because I'm supposed to be here. So even if I am on so-called this train going in this direction and I don't want to go in this direction anymore, what would be the first thing you'd have to do? Slow down the train or get off at the next stop, right?
Yeah.
So
But-
you just start gently putting on the brakes and gently start taking your foot off the gas. Stop feeding the fire, right?
But what do people don't get up? If you have a non-stopping train, because you feel like this sometimes, feel like this and stopping. It's
Then
that
go
leap.
to sleep and wait until the end of the stop and wait until the
No, but
conductor
the
wakes you up
point
and
is,
says, yo,
it's fair.
get off.
It's being scared of being on the train. You don't want to be in. You don't know where it's going, or you think you know where
Yeah,
it's going. You
well,
already judge where it's going.
I
You're
get
in
it.
absolute.
But what would you
fair-
do in actual life, though?
Hey, listen, leap of faith. You know, if I know I'm going to shit straight, I promise you, I'm jumping off of that train. And the point is that
I was about to hit you. I was about to hit you with a no. I'm
that's
talking that in real life.
no, but what that's okay.
Like you're using the analogy, but I'm saying like, okay, so
Well,
in real life,
in real life,
you find yourself on a train you don't want to be on. You're going in a direction you don't want to be in, because that's how it really feels when you feel like you're locked into
that's feel that
a
way.
situation that you feel like you can't get out of. You're not jumping off. Because that's also its own danger, because it's already going so fast.
Well,
right?
That's my point. Look, check this out. You're going somewhere, you see danger, you say, "Oh my God, I need to come off." Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about it. That's danger number one, because that's your first complaint, right? They said for you, it's nothing worse right now, right? Now, if I tell you wouldn't jump off, you're like, "Oh fuck no." So there is something with it equally as dangerous or perhaps worse. That's why sometimes you're best in your situation. Then it's like when some people find out they have life imprisonment, they make that prison their all quarter. They're gonna turn shit. It comes a time in your life you have to turn things around where you are.
Yeah, but we're saying the same thing.
Yeah, we are saying the same thing. Yes, true.
Oh, you love that.
Yeah.
Oh, you love that. You caught me.
But what I'm saying
retraction. Look.
No, it's not that. What I'm trying to say is this: it's the you do have to entertain the idea of jumping off the train sometimes, because
you will quickly catch yourself and realize it's dangerous.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Or you might not be about that life.
Who about that life?
I don't know.
Train, not a good idea.
You know, sometimes you jump off of the train before it goes too fast. That's the thing as well.
The doors won't open. You're already locked in.
Yeah.
You just have to sit there, get comfortable, enjoy the ride, look at the scenery. If there's no scenery, figure it out and wait until the next stop. Okay, here we go. So Jay saying survival mode's baked in. All right. Okay, let's keep on going. So Tom is saying, yeah, I agree with Omondi. It's important to ask yourself, does this or that really matter? Or is that really needed? As yourself, ask yourself deep enough questions, like deep enough. And you'll get, nah, I don't. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what like, is it wise to jump off? Really?
Hmm.
No, it's not. Stay seated and enjoy the ride until the stop comes.
Yeah.
Until the stop comes. Make it happen. Because
Well,
what are you
that's
saying
okay, but that's
anyway?
the thing is being on a train is no stop. That's what people feel. They're like, I don't see any stop ahead.
Well, if you don't see any stops ahead, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have to wait for the gas to run out. It will come to a stop eventually.
never, never stopping train. Uh,
Now that,
the
but
but check this out though. The frequency of it, yeah, is recognition of genuine necessity. I think it's about pattern recognition. Start
mm,
recognizing pattern, whether you've been programmed, whether you programmed to think from a place of scarcity,
mm.
or you think that from a place of um like overly desiring everything you think you should have because you've been told no, but I'm just
Because you've
saying
been told that
because you've
that's
been
what you're supposed to want.
that's you're supposed to want. And
Yeah.
also, let's face it, a lot of us want to have stuff. Not saying even if we got over that stage,
Yeah.
we can look back and be like, yeah, so that people don't tell me I'm broke, or people don't tell me I'm a bad parent, or don't people don't tell me I'm unhealthy, or whatever the reason is behind
Yeah.
it. But at the end of the day, it was also because of judgment.
Oh, yeah.
So
That'll do it.
you do have to get over that.
Yeah, you do. Though that in itself is its own struggle.
And discernment between necessity and desire, they're two different things.
They are two
And we
different things.
often mix the two. And we
Yeah.
say, oh yeah, wow, now I should be no, that's a desire. And that's not to say it's bad. There's nothing bad about that. It's just what it is
it's
though.
just what it is.
You could do that. You're doing it with that anyway. You know what I mean?
Tom said I've worked in kitchens, and when the wait staff is abused by customers, the kitchen takes extra special care of their food for them.
Yeah. Well,
That reminded me of my time at KFC. That's what I'm saying. Look, listen. It is what it is. I just don't bite the hand that feeds you is a real terminology, and people be out here still whiling with their language and the staff, and I still don't get it. I still don't get it, Tom. I don't think everyone went to that conference.
can I
Bite
say
the
before
hand conference.
quickly, just I can wrap up the true frequency. I just want to say, so basically, this discernment between necessity and desire. Discernment comes up again. Also, pattern recognition, because it's awareness of what supports life and well-being.
Yeah.
Being aware of what the difference is, and conscious choice.
Mm-hmm.
Are you really conscious when you make that choice? And perhaps if you keep repeating the same outcome, is because somewhat you making the same type of choices. So that's the thing.
Deanna was enjoying your prison analogy. She's like, yeah,
Yeah, perspective
you,
is everything.
it's either you gonna be a bitch, you're gonna make the prison your bitch. It's
Right.
like
And and perspective is everything.
it really is.
And so
It really is.
some
That's
people
why
lock in when they get in. They
listen. Don't. I've found so much joy in the dollar store, or what they call the pound shop,
abundance, right?
because I feel abundant in the pound shop sometimes. I'll be out there like
You'll be out here.
choices,
Choices,
options, to the point where I I will go in there, and more times than none I'll leave with nothing, because it's like I don't really need it, and I'll bop out like, yeah, I don't really need it, I got this. But then it's so funny how you could go to another store and it's like you can't afford nothing in it, and you're not going to leave like that. You're going to leave feeling opposite.
Yeah.
Like I should have left with something.
Well, that's exactly, but you just demonstrated that
There's a fruit fly.
that there is a difference. There's a difference between
I'm thinking it's
between
the karma for
acting.
trapping them earlier.
There's a difference between you didn't do the trap.
I know, but I still left the banana.
You still left the bananas. Yeah, well, it's hot. So there's a difference between acting abundant and being abundant. One is an act, the other one is a state.
feeling
It's a
like-
state. So that's the thing as well. So a lot of things we are to address, is that it's that I'm acting abundant. There's no point to spend money you don't have and then turn around and be in absolute scarcity mode or right back, or you might not be, because this is the thing as well. You might not be in scarcity, but you might be like, oh, now I'm gonna double down on my work so I can make that
which
money
is its
back.
own form of scarcity.
This is form yeah, it's its own form of scarcity. So it's not abundance. It's no really great either. So it's not really great either. So
Tuck and roll, grandma is what I say. You're out here. I love it.
so
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
So I'm just gonna like an idea behind that as well.
Mm,
Okay. Um, I have convinced myself I cannot be all without this. So basically, this is what you do when you
say you
indulge.
need.
Yeah, when you say you need something, you convince yourself you can't be all. You just this missing part, and that's basically what you're doing. Um, when you understand it that way.
Mm,
So instead of saying I need this before I can move forward, you shift to recognize what I already have available to me. I choose to move towards what I desire. I can distinguish between what I need and what I prefer.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that's basically things you could do for yourself if you find it difficult. Maybe some of you guys are already understood and
You've already finessed the
we
word.
already finished the
If
word,
any of you lot
everything, but
have suggestions for replacing or what you would use in place of the word, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that, I have a few. But if you lot have a few to share as well in the community, just go ahead, just drop it in the chat.
yeah, and also
It's what I get the kids to use. I would love, or I would enjoy, or I'd really like,
and also
instead of saying I need.
yeah, those are actually good way to change the actual all energy around it. I will also say another thing as well about need. It's not just when you say it, it's when you're expecting things from people. It's often happen from people or situation, but more so I'm going to talk about people. So you think they should be doing some things. That's you being in need of them doing something, and no, actually it's not. It's once that upsets you, that's you saying you are needing them to do that for you. And when you do that, you are in a subservient um, state because they've got power over you. All they've got to do is not do the things you want them to do, and that is it.
That's why people lose it with waitresses and service folk.
Yeah,
Because they already put themselves in the need the service.
yeah.
So I need the waiter
That's
to
literally
come.
why.
I
Yeah,
need my
yeah.
food.
That's
I
literally why.
need that drink on time. I need this, that, and the other.
Yeah, that's literally why. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Deanna's right. Like, even though these things can pop up, you meet some really wonderful people on your way with doing service work.
You do.
You really do. You really do. People who understand the situation and like just see the human behind the apron.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for real.
So yeah, so
Tom is saying here that yeah, money tends to lead to scarcity mode. Money currency is based upon debt, and as in the current of UO, money in fact has convinced much of humanity that existence is to be paid, extorted for profit. Um, yeah. But this is the nuance though, as well, Tom. I'd say that it's the money system as it's been put under. The money itself is just that. It's a currency, it's an energy, it's
yeah,
a piece of paper,
it is.
it's whatever. It's a nothing. It's whatever. It's the value that we put into the system of it. It's the economic framework, it's the economic systems. Money's just the train that runs on the rails. It's the railings that we don't like. It's the rails of scarcity that they sit on, I would say.
Yeah.
Because if money was to disappear and we called it something else and we said it's seashells, then we'd say the same about seashells, especially if it ran on the same scarcity mode, if you see what I'm saying. But I understand exactly what you're saying about it, because in this paradigm right now, money's that thing, right? As soon as the paradigm changes, are we willing to actually change the railing of the energy that we put behind it, and the system of debt and the system of scarcity that our currency exchange sits on? Or are or are we just still going to leave that and just call money something else and act like that's really fundamentally changed? Because I think that's where the change has to really be looked at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
really,
so as
because
well.
money in certain hands don't do the same thing.
No, it
But the
doesn't.
system remains a system, and no one seems to like it, especially the scarcity side of it. Even for those who have, they find themselves in a certain amount of scarcity because now they have to hide, because now it's, they know how much scarcity is around it, and they know how much, you know, that puts them at their own risk. And now they're in the same game, like what you said. It's like this prey and predator mode. It's like it, it's not the thing, it's the rail it sits on. Like you said, scarcity mode. I
Yeah.
think that's what needs to really be eradicated.
And don't run. You're saying, but if we talk about state of being, isn't survival mode a form of feeling unsafe with ourselves? Yes, it is. Absolutely.
100%.
When in the opposite, we feel safe and protected when we are creative and free. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly that. That's exactly that.
Yeah.
It's just that it takes
Some practice
practice
sometimes.
sometimes. For some people, it might be observations, pattern recognition, and why are you repeating certain things. And it's not the obvious, because I know in spirituality there's all, things where people say to you, well, stop doing this, and this side's down, and da-da-da. This is the easiest shit, like the surface level things, but then there's the things you don't realize you're doing, or you might not say the word need, but you sure acting like it. These are the these are the things that you pay attention, because this actually, because you can, and I'll tell you why, because many of us have probably tried to change way we speak about things. Yeah. And even though we're doing the etymology, we're not talking about just, stopping using the word. It's not even that. It's how does it make you feel, how we embody it, and the understanding that unconsciously sometimes you're going to manifest things, and
Mm.
you need to become conscious so that you can recognize certain patterns and you can override these patterns by creating new ones, because we work off of repetitions anyway. That's just the way this reality is. So then when you if you work off, if it is the mechanism by design, then it's like that's actually the example of the trend. If that mechanism is by design and you can stop it, jump on it and redirect it towards things that suits you.
Yeah. So Tom is saying, yeah, it doesn't matter whose hand it sits in because of this. Yeah, because it serves debt. That's my point. It's the system. It's the system of debt that we have to get rid of,
Yeah,
not the bits and pieces and the tools. Because if the system of debt still remains, you could change the tool out and get the same result.
absolutely.
Um,
100%.
which is
So,
survival mode.
so yeah, so basically that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over the other word, which is weight. It's strongly related in it, and in one kind of, yeah, it's highly connected. So the etymology of weight is weightia, gatia. It's north, from Old North French, basically. So I didn't even know that myself, that they have a North French and then South French.
You
Well,
just
no,
done it.
actually I do,
You did. It's
but
just you didn't pay
not
any mind because you're Parisian.
well, yeah,
Mia,
yeah,
Leah,
yeah.
franchement.
I literally was born near the Eiffel Tower, so
Mm.
see, it makes me Parisian, innit? um, so basically, it means to watch, observe, be on one's guard. And I know they say guettier, and we have a word say guette. And basically, guette is when you kind of spy on someone, or you keep an eye on somebody. So So that's where waiting is from. I mean, wait. Um, it's also related to Germanic roots associated with watching, guarding, remaining alert, expecting. So it's very interesting that wait originally carried a much more active quality than its modern associations, which is simply doing nothing. Basically, you wait and there's nothing to do, right? So
Mm.
so basically, it's like to wait was actually to really actively watch something that's happening.
Wow, that kind of puts some focus on it.
Yeah.
Why some people are like, I don't like waiting. Because in its frequency, it means that you have to keep on looking at the thing that you are supposed to be waiting on.
Yeah, but that's
It
actually,
means like to focus on, right? To
yeah,
watch.
yeah. It's not passive. It's not what they're trying to make out it is. So obviously now, because of distortion, you've got stagnation, deferred living as well, passive expectation, waiting for external circumstances to create internal change,
Mm-hmm.
placing fulfillment perpetually in the future. I
Yeah.
am waiting, you know, can quietly become my life begins when something else happens. So it'd be like, yeah, I'm waiting. And then you're like, yeah, you're waiting what? Yes. And then when I get this, then I can start doing this or whatnot. So it literally puts you such in a passive mode. And from some situation, you won't have incentives because in your mind you're supposed to wait. And you can look back as well, what are the thing they told you to wait for, and what are the reason they told you to wait for these things. You're too young for it. Is it specifically for job and positions?
Mm.
Well, you can't. You'll be the youngest whatever manager in our
Whatever,
company, and
yeah.
we never had them, and that's too young. You wait 2 years or whatever, and then you get these motherfuckers 18 years old, big time manager, and you're like, they didn't gotta wait. Oh no, they knew somebody. So then it's that's a game, right? It's the old experience, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it
So
is.
so the true frequency basically is conscious observation, patience without passivity,
Yeah.
readiness, presence with something
Yeah. About the
while
ads,
something
guys.
unfolds.
I, I don't know if some of you are here, so you may realize that YouTube, let me tell you something about them and their ads. They're gonna collect their money first, okay? When it comes to when it comes to content creators, YouTube gonna get their money first. So if they gotta run triple, quadruple ads in your face, and that's how they get their money, that's how they're gonna get their money. Whether or not the content creators get paid just as yet, they're gonna make sure they get paid first because charity starts at home at YouTube. Okay. Um and then they'll do whatever else they gotta do. They're just trying to get you up on premium. That's their
Yeah.
model, is what it is. Just yeah.
And also,
Deanna said it.
yeah, and also you got to think about this. At the end of the day, YouTube, they got ad programs because they want, like Shem said, they want to get paid first. But then, for them, would they push a channel that don't allow the ad on the channel? Not really, because then they wouldn't make any money. So it's
Oh,
got
but
to
then
be.
if you're not monetized, they're still monetized. It's
You
whether or
still
not
find a
you're
way, yeah. You
monetized,
would,
but they never said they're not.
but either way, they wouldn't put.
They
They,
do.
yeah.
They're just it's whether or not you want the money as well. That's all that's the
Well,
only
I remember
negotiation.
one of the first X account that I have. I blocked the ad. They just banned the account.
There we go. So Kennedy said, so waiting is connected to expectation, which is connected to resistance. Got it. Yeah, it
Yeah,
can be.
it
It
really
really
is.
can be. And watching and watching and waiting and watching and waiting. And if it's I liken it to watching paint dry. You're better off going and busying yourself to go and do something else, and then hey presto, the paint is dry, right? Oh my gosh, don't give me joke. All right,
Yeah.
exactly. You'll
So
get it.
um
What's the shift then?
so the shift is this, instead of saying I am waiting for my life to change,
Mm.
and that's a very I'll say it's a very corny one, right? But anyway, I'll say it anyway because a lot of people are waiting for their life to change, isn't it? um you could shift to I am participating in the change now, or I can prepare while allowing the next step to reveal itself. Or you could also say, I choose to live now rather than postpone myself until later.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
could.
Yeah.
All available if you want. I like the shift.
Anyway,
Because I don't, you know me, I don't really like waiting. I
yeah.
don't like waiting around.
Yeah.
I don't like waiting around. I learned when I was a teenager, I didn't like waiting around. I got stood up monumentally a lot. A lot. It was one of those stories where I got stood up so much. It was one of those ones where spirit was like, "Are you not done? When are you going to learn that
I was
one?"
trying to send you a sign. Just trying to
She isn't taking the waste man signs I'm sending her, not even waiting. We'll hold her back from these level of waste man. What else are we going to do? And I will still be waiting. They were like, she is not learning. I was like, I'm patient. I'm being patient, you know, because you're watching your clock. Had I been busy, I would have probably realized something else. But hey,
but that
I know now.
goes back to what we say, needed things from people. You need them to be punctual, you need them to be on time, you need them to this and that. And the truth is, if you find yourself very upset about this type of situation, you do have to ask yourself, why am I so mad at this? And if you are, maybe you've got a form of expectation that is not actually healthy. Um,
Like
thing is,
what? Sorry, are we still talking about me getting stood up?
no, generally speaking,
Oh,
you're not the first one who. Hang on, you think you're the first one?
no, I'm just very well versed.
I think you have distorted view of that happened to many.
I never said it didn't happen to many. I'm telling you, it happened to me many. That's all I'm
No, I
telling
know,
you.
but what I'm trying to say to you is that when you get upset, I'm not saying about the fact it happens, but
Yeah,
there's been different where when you get used to it, you're not so upset after a while, right? Why?
yeah,
It's because you stop expecting things from people. But
yeah.
when
But
you
then that was not the point of me having to wait. Sometimes the wait is showing you that you should be gone already.
oh
This
yeah,
is your time to exit stage left,
it's just true, but
not keep
I
waiting.
was referring in the fact that we were talking about also the put yourself in a need, as that's what is strongly linked to one another. These two words, where earlier I was saying that there's also, you may not say you need something, but because you have expectation on people, it puts yourself in a state of need. That's what I was saying,
Which puts you in a state
and
sometime of waiting too long, watching too
exactly.
long. And then
Well, there
you
you go.
end
Yeah,
up, you see what I'm
yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah,
So then
absolutely.
you end up overstaying, and then you don't realize that all of that time, that was your time to exit and spin off, pivot off left and go do something else.
Exactly. So when you relinquish the expectation, that's okay. What had this expectation, or people should be treating us in certain way. No one say you have to put up with the bad treatment. Quite the contraire. Ouais.
Au
But au
contraire.
contraire, but you do have to self-analyze yourself enough to be able to be like, that's because I expect that. Had I not expect that, like you say, I would have kept myself, I would have taken it for what it is and keep it moving.
Yeah.
No, so yeah.
Um that's a story for another day.
What's that?
So choose words more aligned with patience.
Yeah.
Patience with yourself also is like knowing that it's going to come as well. So it doesn't require for you to actually wait,
Mm.
because patience is doing it in a way that you don't have to watch it so much because you know it's coming. It's like a confidence there in the unfolding rather than waiting is like, I have to watch it because I don't know what's going to do next. But
Yeah.
if you trust what it's going to do next, then there's no need to wait.
Yeah, and I found out as well when you start not really have the expectation, so to speak, off of what is not in your control, you are enjoying life better. You gain more gratitude as well because when anything you get that's greater than what you've experienced is so much of a bonus. It's like,
Yeah,
oh
it
my
is.
gosh, you like I didn't think, and then
Yeah.
it's like such a great surprise.
Kennedy said, "Yeah, I will continue to participate in the connection of these dots." Because Tom is like, "Yeah, you connecting the dots out here." Oh yeah. Listen, in certain areas. Oh wow.
Oh
Okay, that's a
wow,
whole nother thing.
that is what? Yeah, they do things like that.
They do things like that.
Yeah.
Before you collect the water to actually do something constructive with it. Well, it's constructive for them, which is a whole thing as well. I've come to accept. If you just do not have the same, what would you call it, priorities, and there's a conflict of interest with the priorities that you have versus somebody else or something else, then you can know then you're immediately not a match.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
don't. I prioritize you come on time. You prioritize you come like 4 hours later. We're
Spec-
not a match.
yeah,
Our
specifically
priorities don't line up.
specifically if someone don't even let you know they're gonna be late or anything. And you just say,
Coherence handle like Coco's out here like waiting
waiting
to
to exhale,
exhale, like no
no breathe.
breathing. Yeah,
um
it's
you know what, Jay, they're just letting you know these are new waters. They own new waters. This what right they're trying to let you know that.
um can we make some space? We're on the hour now.
Yeah, we're on the
It's going to
hours.
be
Let's
time to
go.
do the reading.
This we're all done.
All right.
Let's go and do this.
Because of the new moon, I am going to take some of the.
So what are you cooking then today?
I'm going to cook something from the cosmic unpack.
Cosmic.
Yeah, and I'll do like a mixed reading. So let me take from the cosmic pack, and then I'll see what comes out. Okay, thank you, Shem. All right, let me give myself some room. All right.
They already taken the seeds from your. Yes, you can't even plant your own trees. Now you can. There's still places they got this. You can find
Thank
this thing
you.
still.
And you. Thanks.
Sell some nice seeds if you that what you're referring to.
We've got Virgo energy here. We've got the star. We've got a completion here. And we've got, okay, 6446. That's 1010. Definitely a shift in the way people are feeling right now. A shift in the waters. Jay, you tapped in because this literally came up water. Yeah. Feel. And I think that this is what I'm looking into is there's a massive shift going on. There's a massive alignment going on. As we already know, like this is a big year, even astrologically, like whether or not you're into anything to do with the stars, it wouldn't matter. The stars or whatever is into you. So you're going to do what you're going to do with it. It's up to you to pay it mind or not. I don't know why the word Hopi is coming up as well. All right. Okay. Now I know why this has come up. There was a message that I was going to share from this. Sometimes I get energy update dreams to show like where things are energetically. So I'm going to share the message about that and then I'll look into it. But there is an energy of whether it be a couple or two people or like whether you're a divine partnership, platonic or not, or somebody who has found the balance within themselves, being by a bench and concreting the bench in. So imagine that. So they're taking this bench and they're fastening it down to the ground. And what I was shown is that this bench is what is signifying stability. But when I looked around, it was in a public place. It was like public gardens in a public hall where people were celebrating. So then these two energies moved inside to where the celebration was, and they stayed a while. And while everyone was greeting them and everybody was grateful and everybody was giving thanks and just enjoying the festivities, there were some people who never entered. There were some people who stayed on the outside in this garden space but never really moved. But at the time were unrecognizable energies to the people inside. Some of them paid the mind, some of them didn't. Now, these two people or this person, this balance, they moved out of that celebration. They moved out of the place. And I'm getting wedding, I'm getting christening energies, I'm getting, I didn't get birthday, I got wedding or christening. Yeah. Something where it's only like a small amount of family would be invited to. It wouldn't be something that was over 100 people. These people then moved outside, and as they moved as one. So they're like holding hands and they moved together. They were watching together, but there was no one they saw. And then finally, in the corner, as they were going to leave, seated in the far corner of the garden, they started to see faces appear of energies that they recognized. One of the energies greeted them over, and they came over to the energies and they were like cordial with them, but not close. You know, like I liken it to an estranged relationship between you and a family member or somebody who you have not seen in a long time, but if you see them, you'd say hello. So that person had come and called them over, and they came. They were just going to say their hello and leave. As they came to say their hello, there was another person sitting behind them. And what it showed is when they came close enough to greet this person, all of the faces that didn't seem to be recognizable started to slowly appear. And then the energy was able to look at who was behind this disconnection. Who were the people who were behind this thing that seemed like an anomaly at the time? Who was really pulling the strings? Who were the actors behind it? So whether or not you lot will be bringing in this revelation right now as to who was behind a lot of the pulling of the strings, a lot of the manipulation, and a lot of the I'm getting some gaslighting information coming in, like who was behind the fire starters? Who were the fire starters of a lot of the situations you found yourself in? Yeah, this is yeah. You're at a place right now where you've done enough clearing in whatever this is you do now. I don't know, for some of you, it's going to be crystals, or you've actually cleared these people or these type of energies out of your life. These could have just simply been habits that you were trying to kick. But now you are so clear of it. You are so detached from it that you're able to look back and have a real clear look on what was going on behind it. What energy was holding on behind it. And this energy was an energy of resentment, anguish, spite, reluctance to change. Now, that could have been held in someone else, or that could have been held within yourself. But either way, you're so detached from the situation now, you're able to see it clearly for what it was and where the manipulation lay. And as you did this clearing in your life, as you move forward and as you're kind of like closing this part of your life out, that is the gift it's bringing you right now. Those are the feelings that are able to emerge within you. So when you feel kind of like big movements in your waters, I can't even explain it any differently. Like what Deanna was saying earlier, like big bouts of like, for some reason, I just felt like a bit nausea, or for some reason, I just felt like over it, or like a wave of emotions. For some of you, it might be just sitting there and like crying out of the blue. This is that literal shift that you've done energetically to clear that amount of resentment out of your field. You realize it was never your own to hold, and it was never for you to hold. It was always coming from outside of yourself, but you had taken it on as your own reflection. You'd taken this on as something that was all yours. You good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were taking it on as something that was all yours, that really belonged to you. Is my nose running? Is that what it is? All right, cool. Because my nose is running, by the way, and I'm looking.
Every time
and
you do
I
reading, this
every
will
time I
happen
got read
anyway,
it is
so
what it is.
it's nothing you can do.
Now, for some of you, this clearing is going to be with your space, your environment. You had to get out of an environment, and for some of it, it was people. You had to get around from being around. You had to get out of being around a certain people, and for some of you, when it comes to the people, you realize how much that you were just collateral damage of a resentment that preceded you. That in some cases preceded your life, preceded your birth. It's like wrong place, wrong time, but right place, right time, because it's led to this freeness you have now. It's led to the freeing up of your path. And while you had to experience it, you did learn a lot. So it's not like you're walking away with nothing. You're just walking away without the things that you don't need. Like need.
Yeah, need again.
Need again. It's that energy.
Need more space?
With it, yeah. All right. Anybody got anything else to say? Because that was what I got. That was the energetic reading. It was intense, and for some of you, it's matters of the heart. When I woke up, it was like I felt like my anguish in my chest. Like it was like not chest pains, but like if you've just ran out of a nightmare and your adrenaline's high and you just feel that it's like a pang, like a hunger pang, but a bit higher. It was that. It's like you couldn't wait to leave. Your response at the time maybe meet their anger with anger, but you got to the place where you're like, I will not jeopardize my peace for anybody else's resentment. So you're now able, that clearing has now been put you in a place where you're able to hold your own peace. You bring yourself that inner justice, that inner balance. That's what that energy cleared for each of you who've been doing your own work when it comes to that. Okay.
Little comment. Someone's Max. Hi, Max. Saying me and my wife went
Hey, Max.
to a friend wedding reception this weekend. It was a small gathering, and we had given alcohol, and many of them
They'd
wouldn't
given
really
up.
talk. Yeah.
It was that energy. It was that energy. And it just allowed you to see, like, when people do that, that's not nothing to do with you. That's to do with their own running background manipulations. It's just they may take it out on you at the time. Because you're shining a light on the things that they're not ready to look at yet. I will say what happened as well when we were in the place, like, because I didn't even know, like, if it was, I just know that I was put in different people's position. But when we went inside the place to do the celebration, we were offered a drink and we said no, but it's because we wanted to leave. So I acted like I was tired, and it was your energy, and I held your hand and I shut my eyes and I put my head on your shoulder, and we left. You walked me out, And I think you kind of like told everybody like some sort of, not lie, but like, yeah, I think it's time we go. And then they kind of got the gist and we left. But then that's why when we went to the gardens and was confronted with this type of people watching you from afar, watching how you move from afar, and having and holding resentment about that.
Yeah, you just shown the part of metrics. That's just what it is.
It just is what it is sometimes.
What's going on and people's emotion and whatnot.
This new balance that was struck, it's kind of impenetrable, but some people drink to get along. So you come in with your whole self and your whole, whether it be you have balanced that idea within you or you have your partner and you have decided to have that together, it can trigger people.
Can you say, as like lately, he feels like he's been confusing resentment how with having a certain level of love for myself. Yeah.
What's the confusion for you, Kennedy? That's what I would say. What's the confusion for you? Because I know I can relate, but in what area? Like, what's the confusion for you? Is it the detachment? Because sometimes those who resent your detachment or your distance may take your it may trigger them, and they may resent your distance because they misunderstand your boundary for disdain, rather than taking it like that's my boundary because lovingly I can't be myself here, here, and here. So instead of not turning up as myself, lying to you, lying to me, and put my peace at risk, I'll just stay where it's less egregious for both of us, type of thing.
So Max saying you spot on. We told them we have to go home to our pregnant daughter so we could leave politely, but we just didn't want to be there.
Just left.
Yeah.
Okay, Max, I see you. All right. Yeah, I was a bit angry. I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit angry because I was like, yeah, of course you're resentful. Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I realized you don't have to be. They're resentful that they have to look at it. And that's the thing. Who sometimes are you asking to look at themselves? Like when you show up as you, sometimes you showing up as you is, people take it as you asking them to either do the same or not show up as themselves, or if they've also been trying to mimic you or trying to at least put themselves on in the same frequency as you or in the same space as you turning up with what they would consider a new level up, though people stop drinking for different reasons. It's like, what other ladder rung have you put them on, especially when people are still in the place where they think vertically and not horizontally. Yeah, it's like you put another plate on their pile.
It's like people, when people needed something from you. That's the thing, expectation and all of that stuff. Same thing.
All right. What did Kennedy say?
Kennedy's saying, I'd say it feels like my detachment can be misinterpreted rather than exactly my boundary, just being that, my boundary.
Yeah. And when people take your boundary and they're upset with the boundary that you've set for yourself, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. It's like, I don't like where you've put your garden fence. It's more of a question they have to ask themselves rather than you re-ask yourself. It's your garden. You're going to decorate it how you want. You're going to do what you want.
Yeah, Tom's saying, you know what causes most resentment is jealousy. Many folks cannot be happy for a friend. Instead, they resent others' happiness.
Yeah.
I feel it from folks often. When someone does well, not all are happy about it.
And yeah, I think that in some parts of the so-called spiritual community, and this is why I I'm telling you, it's more of a consciousness and awareness podcast that we got going on here, because spirituality in itself has its own paradigms and rules, and I don't really find myself adhering to them. So that's where I'm at right now. But spirit is in spirit, God is in God, transcends all of that for me. That's where I'm at. You'll do your spirit how the way you want to spirit is what I'm trying to say to you.
Well, when we
If
established that we are spiritual beings anyway, so what's really good?
yeah, Max said, yeah, alcohol is bad energy. I wouldn't even and that's my point. If that's what it is for you, then people asking you to do it when you don't want to do it, and then being resentful to you when that's how you've taken it, kind of had no choice but to leave,
Yeah, alcohol is
because
just
that was your
alcohol.
boundary. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That was your boundary, because it's your body, your choice, and you've
yeah,
decided that that's what it is for you
yeah.
and your energy field. And you're like, I don't want it in my energy field. I don't want it in my biofield. Like, I'm not telling you what to do, but a lot of people think what they eat, you shit.
Mm.
And no, it
Yeah,
nagasa.
yeah.
Okay, all right. One last reading for the collective right now. Also, a lot of us are asked to step into our strengths right now. Now, whether your strength is something that, and I mean things that you are innately strong in, things that you have been told in the past that, wow, you're really good at that. And you found, you know what, I am actually good at this, that, and the other. It comes naturally to you, is what I'm saying. You're asked to step into it, because right now, as you start to maneuver within your own boundaries, these strengths will be amplified for you. These strengths will be amplified. So on the tarot, they usually put strength card with a person with a lion next to them. But what I was shown was a person with a jaguar next to them. And what that gave me is black cat energy. we got a whole episode about black cat energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's that energy to be able to sit in your strength and be able to attract that which you need or want or desire. It just comes to you before you're in the need. It's that. And having the
Absolutely.
strength to stand by it and not be shook by those things, because it's your strength. That's what it is. As scary as it may look to other people, as much as they may want to put their resentments, their jealousies, and their whatever, their energies around that, that's your bag. Like, that's always been something that is innately easy to you. Those things will be amplified as you start respecting your own boundaries. That's what it is. Other people's respect for your boundaries is neither here nor there. The problems really kick off is when you don't respect your own. That's when it really kicks off. Yeah. All right. Thank you, collective. What have we got today? All right. We have somebody here. Could be a father figure. Could be somebody who's younger. Male energy. Somebody who is locked in, uses their intuition, or knows when to. There seems to be a lot of movement. For some of you, it's actually travel, but for the others of you, it's just movement in the direction at which you want to go into. There seems to be a female friend or a loyalty here. There's a connection here as well coming through. A loyal and loving relationship between you and this female energy. She's somebody who's quite intuitive. She's somebody who's very soft in appearance. dark haired for some of you. For some of you, this male energy, you could be somebody who's into dyeing your hair, or somebody who's into coloring your hair certain color, or somebody who's into like making sure that their appearance looks a certain way. And that doesn't mean that you're always groomed. It's just that you've got your look and you're locked in, and that's the look you always go for. Okay. Maybe you have a family together, but whatever link you do have, it's one of loyalty and deep friendship first. I'm getting 1828. And this lady, she's a little bit older than you. Not a lot. She could be like a month older, or 1 year older, or maybe a decade older, but kindred spirits is what I'm getting. And it seems like this relationship is extremely successful, or will be moving to another level right now. And the movement is definitely in this relationship, taking it to another level, like you're confirming either something that's long standing between you both, like 19 years of marriage or 20 years of marriage, or maybe you are new to this, you're taking this friendship like you've known them for like 19 months, and now you're going to make it official, or you've known them for 9 months and you're going to make it official. There's something there with that that's popping off right now for you guys. There's definitely movement between this relationship that's happening. Whether or not you share a child, or whether or not you are younger and they were like kind of scoping you out because you were younger than them, or they took you that you might be immature, it's not that. You're just playful. Playful energy. Someone who doesn't like to take themselves or life too seriously, but when it comes to loyalty, you're locked in. What is the message here for them today? This is I haven't given a message like this. Okay.
Someone new, 2790 Turtles. Jaguar is one of my spirit guides. She just conveyed, I think.
Independence. Independence is coming in. That's what the stalling was about with this relationship. This person thought that you may be codependent, or they were scared that you were going to be somebody who was into having codependent relationships. But you're not. You're somebody who's very independent. And that also goes for the strength for the Jaguar, this person who stands by the Jaguar. And I'm seeing like Jaguar energy open mouthed or not. For some reason, it's like, imagine a Jaguar standing next to you, but you are the type of person who, you're so playful with this Jaguar, you could like literally open their mouth, check their teeth, shut it back, and other people looking at you like you're crazy. That's how fierce you are. You stand in whatever strength it is you have, you hold. And I'm getting a vast amount of strength in the creative level, i.e. like a tattoo artist, or somebody who does murals, like a niche job that seems like, how would you make money in that? But there's a whole stream that's always been available to you. So it's not like conventional. It's not conventional, but you're independent in that. And what a lot of you are ushering in with standing in this strength, even if it's not in the creative form, is this sense of independence now. There's a lot of grounding down energy and a lot of stability that is on the move towards the collective right now. Anything else?
So Diana saying Shem is tapped in.
Okay.
Right there.
Lots of king energy. Always there in your time of need, but knows if not, you'll still succeed. You're dependable. And you're a wisdom keeper. Yeah, I knew that this guy was tapped in, or this male energy, this masculine energy. But this masculine energy is balanced, because he out here by a loyalty. He's out here by flowers, like And that's what's attracted this femininity within him, or this is what is being able to balance his energy as well. Like, for all of his loyalty and fierceness and instinct, equally playful, equally loves a good bunch of flowers, equally keeps like somebody who would like keep their home clean. But on the outside, no one would think that you'd do that, but they're often surprised when they come in and see your space and like, wow, kind of keeping here smelling nice and it's nice. And he's like, yeah, that's how I live by myself. So it's that type of energy it's giving.
No assumption then.
No
Mm-hmm.
assumptions.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tower energy, this power you're calling in, this new level up that you're calling in, it's time for you to stand up for what you have built. You stand out. So whoever this is, with your appearance, you're somebody who stands out of the crowd. Like I said, maybe you dye your hair a certain color, or maybe you have a look that other people have left behind. And I'm getting like, people who like wear a mohawk and it suits them, and it's like, yeah, like that type of person. Or they've been a biker, they wear biker jackets, and they are never gonna get them out their jacket. It's baked into who they are. Yeah, it's that. And it's like, stand out. You stand out. But what you're asked to do as you move to this new level is call back in your power. And that's what this strength is about as well. Calling back in your power. Because when you turn up as yourself so authentically everywhere, which is where you get this strain of resentment sometimes heading your way or being directed at you, the ability to kind of like see above it comes from that. That's another one of your strengths. So some of your detached game is impeccable. It's like you're an impenetrable fortress of not giving a fuck. You're not gonna let it phase you, and you're not gonna let anybody knock you off your tower. You do stand up for what you believe, what you've built, because you've always stood out in some of your cases. But right now you're asked to call in your power, because there is some that you've left with those people who have resented you, because they've tried to grab on in places where they couldn't see the strength that you have to turn up as yourself. These fleeting parts, the ship, that's what that was. Thanks, Spirit. These fleeting experiences of resentment were you being able to have an opportunity to transmute things for other people who didn't have the strength to be able to turn up as they are and stand proudly for themselves. But in doing so, parts of your energy gets pulled out where it doesn't have to. And I'm not telling you come every time you go out, come back home, do the ritual. Call it in one good time. Call your energy back one good time from all of those energies that you've ever met, that you ever will, or that you ever have to. Call them in before they've even left you. So now people can only feel you in passing, but they don't get to put their hooks in you in any way. All right. Mm-hmm. Last card. Here we go. This is from my own oracle deck. Listen, your girl is out here. I just bought cheap backer cards, and I felt into it, and this is what I move with. It's my own stuff. So long I'm gone, and that's what this energy is asking you to do. Why am I getting someone crying? But it's laughter crying, like that. Like that one time, that really did get to me, but they pissed me off, and I swear I was gonna punch their face out, but I just, with everything in me, I just walked off. But they crossed the line.
They crossed the line.
And that's that strength you have as well. When you're approached by these type of energies that need to pull on you, you have the strength to pull away and still hold your tower, hold your strength, hold your place. See higher than what is what other people may have the ability to do in that given moment, and spirit's here giving you your flowers for that. Spirit's here celebrating that for you, for real. But yeah, so long I'm gone. So yeah, now would be the time to call in your power about that shit. It is what it is. You
Yeah.
out here in these streets, it's comes with the territory.
So hey John, hey Blessed.
You live in bold. Snoopy, I know. Hey Blessed, hey John. Um, I love the changes you've made, John. I see you. Go over and check out just another avatar 888. He has his channel, he's doing his thing. And yeah, he's revamping. If you know him in the Tinternet space or in the community, you can catch him on Discord. He's very open and he does really great stuff. I mean, last time he did have me on a fast. I did say yes. He didn't have me on anything. I said yes,
You signed
but
up.
I signed up for it willingly.
You've already signed up. If that's possible.
Proceeded to whoop my ass this whole entire process, but it did bring me to a place where I felt like you never did love eating too much, Shem. So go back to doing your thing. Listen to your body. So thanks for that, John. Yeah. Before we leave, that was the last of the reading. Before we leave, you can go on the OS 888 for everything we do, whether that be our services. Yeah, go on the O's and all the links are there, Jay.
Jay, every week you ask. Yeah, Jay, listen, it's part of the membership. Like it's a private Discord. We keep it clean by make sure that people are involved in it. So if you
Yeah.
want it, just go for our membership and you can.
Yeah,
can get access.
$1 if you want to get on Discord. The whole bunch is there. Everyone's over there chatting, sharing their bits and pieces. If not, just catch us on YouTube's, leave comments. Our community page is open on YouTube. Tom has actually left some music, guys, so go and check his stuff out as well. What else is going on? This week we had frequency asks questions.
Yes, we did.
And that was a great live with Bless and Corey, and we'll be back again on the 27th to do so. And yeah, until then, guys, like it's always a good time. You do? Well, then shut us up. Sorry, you guys. Jay saying you got a membership.
Oh, on the
Well,
one
then
end.
we'll send you a thing, Jay. We'll send you the link.
So
we'll send you the invite and the link. We'll sort you out.
Send a message directly to us, and I'll send you an answer back.
And we'll just walk you through it.
Yeah.
And to everyone else, have a wonderful Sunday or whenever you're catching this. And thanks for everybody new who've come in and just participated. You lot are like, I ain't got to tell you all nothing. Like, you lot are out here making moves and spirit how you want to spirit. Don't let anybody tell you how to do anything in this life. It's still going to have to be an inside job. You have to set your own boundaries and see what's right for yourself. Follow your intuition and your own discernment always. And just stay joyful, stay loving to yourselves. And until next time.
Ciao.
Ciao. See you guys. Much love to all of you.